Coming up on The Shield, Valparaiso University Symphony Orchestra held a concert in the Chapel of the Resurrection this past weekend.
And the UPC hosted the annual Stuff-A-Plush event in the Union Cafe.
Broadcasting from Schnabel Hall on the beautiful campus of Valparaiso University, you're watching The Shield on VUTV.
Hello everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Andrew Whitmire.
And I'm Alex Foster. Lions, pandas, bears, oh my. The UPC brought these animals and more together for students to stuff last week at the annual Stuff-A-Plush event held in the Union Cafe. Students were able to choose small and large animals ranging in price from $5 to $7. They were then able to stuff their animals and create birth certificates for them. This event was hosted so students could make last-minute Valentine's Day presents. UPC also has fun events coming up with the game show Family Feud on February 22nd and a comedy hypnotist on February 23rd. For more information on these events and other upcoming events, go to valpo.edu/student/UPC or check out UPC's Facebook page.
Here at VUTV, we'd like to highlight a student organization on campus. Members from Valparaiso University's Criminology Club sat down with VUTV's Executive Director, Bernie Kenny, to discuss how their organization benefits students.
So let's begin telling us a little bit about why you joined Criminology Club. And ladies first, Catherine, what was it that drew you to the club?
Well, my freshman year, focus leader, I think her name was Anna DeLuna, and she was a criminology major, and she said she was going to form a club with other people who were like that, and for the first time, because previous to when I came in 2010, they didn't have any. They didn't have a criminology club. So yeah, so she made it, and I ended up joining my freshman year and sort of just became active from there. So
this is the third year now
yes.
in existence. Okay, just like VUTV, we were created at the same time. And then Frank, what about you? What drew you to the club?
Well, I was in various criminology courses, and the professors have mentioned it previously, so decided to give it a try, see what the club was about, and I enjoyed it, getting to learn more about subjects in criminal justice, so that was really it. And
here you are as VP. So. So we were talking a little bit about, before we were taping, what kinds of things the club does, and it sounds exciting. Those events sound exciting even for somebody that's not a criminology major. So Catherine, what kinds of things does your club do to get into the major even more than maybe in the classes, right?
Right. We try to have events where you can be exposed to different sort of aspects of the criminal justice system. We've gone to the morgue a few times, sort of a field trip down there, Crown Point, actually. And then last semester we had a canine demonstration come in and came with his dog and did sort of a drug sort of demo with his dog. And we also had martial arts defense tactics police officer Pat Yokovich come from the Valparaiso Police Department.
To watch the interview, stay tuned to Channel 82 or search Valpo VUTV on YouTube.
Students stuck to Velcro walls and knocked down bowling pins at UPC's Valpo After Dark last weekend. VUTV news correspondent Ryan Glatzoffer has the story.
Students took a break from studying Friday night as they attended the Valpo After Dark event, sponsored by UPC. The event was filled with fun as students had the opportunity to choose from several different activities to do. Valpo students sumo wrestled and squared off against each other in an attempt to push the other outside the ring. Another popular activity was the bungee sprint. Students strapped themselves in and raced each other down a path until they were pulled back. The Velcro wall was very fascinating as well, as students put on Velcro vests, jumped, and stuck to the wall. There was also human bowling, in which students were strapped into a metal ball and rolled by friends towards the pins. While this went on, the alumni room held Zumba for students to exercise and move to the music. UPC committee member Josh Jura commented on what the event was and what it offered to students.
Students can come for free. We have different activities for them. Tonight's more of a physical theme. We titled it Let's Get Physical. So we have them having various activities. There's sumo suits, there's the Velcro wall they can do, there's human bowling, which is pretty fun. It's different. And then there's the bungee sprint. And then we have a free Zumba class going on. We have free food, and it's all kind of healthier themed. So it's just something that with Valpo After Dark we do twice a semester, just to give something students to do late at night on Fridays.
This is Ryan Glatzhofer reporting for The Shield.
This past weekend, the Valparaiso University Symphony Orchestra held a concert in the Chapel of the Resurrection. Those that attended witnessed special solo performances in addition to the orchestra. VUTV news correspondent Lynette Grant was at the event and has more on this story.
Many people gathered in the Chapel of the Resurrection on Saturday to attend the Symphony Orchestra's most recent concert. After touring China over Christmas break, they returned to perform their annual concerto concert. Dr. Friesen Carper led the orchestra in elaborate pieces, and as a special treat, winners of the 2012-2013 concerto competition performed with the accompaniment of the orchestra. Sophomore Emma Ritter performed an aria by Mozart, and senior Claire Mueller performed an aria by Franz Joseph Haydn. Sophomore Charlotte Lindstrom also performed the Violin Concerto No. 3 in B minor. After an intermission, the entire symphony ended the concert by performing Dvorak's Symphony No. 9 in E minor. This four-part symphony contains many familiar pieces often found in various movies today. The symphony orchestra is made up of over 50 students, each having their own reason for joining the orchestra.
Well, I really like orchestra playing, so I thought it would help me to grow in my musicality and to become a better musician. Personally, my favorite piece was the Dvorak Symphony, the New World Symphony. It's got a lot of feeling. Dvorak wrote it when he came to America, so it gives you kind of a feeling that you know, like home. So it is very comforting, and it's always great to play a symphony.
Reporting for The Shield on VUTV, I'm Lynette Grant.
For a quick check of your Valpo weather forecast, Storm Shield meteorologist Matt Schaefer is in the Storm Shield Weather Center. Hello, Matt.
There is a major winter storm targeting the upper Midwest. Could dump upwards of 2 feet in some areas of Minnesota and Iowa. How much snow will we get here in the Valparaiso area? And what's the weather going to be like after the storm? Stay tuned for the full forecast in just a few minutes.
Thanks, Matt. After these commercials, we'll have a look at your Valpo forecast as well as national news and sports. Stay tuned. You're watching The Shield here on VUTV.
Greetings and salutations from the Office of Information Technology. My name is Joanne Pasavano, and I'm the one-card operations manager here at Valparaiso University. And today I'm out at location at Valpo Vienna's, which is located on Lincoln Way in Napoleon, just past the Central Park Plaza. I'm here with Patrick, who's our Week 6 merchant in the Merchant of the Week program. They're going to run a special for VU students using their Crusader Cash from February 18th through February 24th. Patrick, can you tell us a little bit about that special?
Sure, we're offering our Valpo Vienna, our signature hot dog. It's a 7-inch hot dog with mustard, relish, onions, sport peppers, and celery salt. Then we're offering it with our hand-drilled roundabout potato chip and a 20-ounce soft drink for $5.25.
Gotta love that deal. You know, one of the things that I really like about your menu is that tax is included in all the items listed on there.
Yeah, we do that so that if, say, one of the sororities or a fraternity wants to place a large order, nobody has to try to figure out the tax. As far as our special too, another incentive too is that we just joined the discount program, the student discount program. So you get that on top of the $5.25.
Fantastic. So they can use the $5.25 discount and their student discount card when they come here during that week for the promotion. And of course, the discount card is good throughout the entire year. You know, you have a really interesting menu besides the Chicago-style dog, which I am a fan of growing up on the southwest side of Chicago. You've got some array of items on the menu. Can you tell us a little about what you have to offer?
Sure. Well, first we grill all our items. We don't steam or boil our hot dogs. We feel that grilling brings out the flavor better. But besides hot dogs, we offer the Polish and the Maxwell Polish. We offer a smoky link, a cheddar stuffed smoked sausage was one of our popular items. We have a taco dog, which is a hot dog on a tortilla shell with beef taco meat, cheese, lettuce, and tomato. We have Taco Dog Tuesdays, which we run a special on Tuesdays, but we do offer the taco dog all week long. We have our Crusader Coney, and we have our Cardiac Coney, which is this one right here. It's our smoky link. We deep fry it, then we put Spam, bacon, chili, cheese, grilled onions, sport peppers, and we top it off with our roundabout potato chips because you have to have a vegetable.
Well, you know, we may have to send some college nursing students over with our students when they come and participate in that dog.
Well, we do have a warning on the menu that the hospitals move further from our location, so it might take longer to transport you.
Point taken. Thanks, Patrick. You know, I also noticed that you started a text messaging program. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, that's something we just joined this program. If you send the message L821 to 36,000, it puts you into our special discounts that are exclusive to the text message members. About a week ago, we ran a cheddar stuffed smoked sausage that if you purchased one, you got a free order of the roundabout chips.
And that's an awesome deal. We know we love the roundabouts. They're clearly unique to Valpo Viennas.
Yeah, these are a lot more popular than the ones that we drive around
here on campus, and that's close to our heart. And speaking of close to the university's heart, I know you have a vested interest not only in the community but in Valparaiso University as well.
Yeah, not just being a business owner, but I'm also a VU dad. My daughter is a junior this year.
That's fantastic. We'd love to have the interaction from the community and the school as well. And I know that we'll have plenty of students that'll come out here and take advantage of that. Thanks so much for having us out today, Patrick. We really appreciate your time.
Oh, you're welcome. Appreciate you coming.
Thanks so much. We look forward to working with you in the future. Thanks so much.
Welcome back to The Shield. A big mall in Houston was so busy last week that it looked like the weekend before Christmas. In fact, it was so crowded the fire marshal shut the mall down early. Officials said the inside was at capacity. So why the crowds? Shoppers said they saw tweets and pictures online of celebrities who were inside. Houston hosted the NBA All-Star Game this past weekend. The mall reopened at its normal time the next day.
A high-speed chase on an Alabama road ends with a dead driver and an injured child. The SUV flipped over after crashing through a fence and hitting several trees in Lawrence County. Police say they stopped the driver on a highway and he took off while deputies were checking his license. The chase apparently reached speeds up to 100 miles per hour before the crash. The driver was thrown from the vehicle and pronounced dead at the scene. Officials say his 5-year-old daughter was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries.
Arkansas authorities found the body of country music star Mindy McCready dead of an apparent suicide. Deputies responded to a 911 call of gunshots fired at her home in Heber Springs. When officers arrived, they found her body on the front porch. Investigators say she died of an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound. The troubled singer struggled with an addiction and mental illness. She burst onto the music scene in 1996 with her debut album, 10,000 Angels, and the hit, Guys Do It All the Time. McCready leaves behind 2 young boys, one of them 10 months old. The infant's father, record producer David Wilson, killed himself last month.
A man in South Florida not only finished a marathon this past weekend, he dribbled 2 basketballs for the entire 26 miles. Darren Weissman, who is known as Dr. Dribble, finished the race in a little over 4.5 hours. The certified personal trainer and motivational speaker said he was running to raise money for a Miami area organization that helped foster kids. Dr. Dribble said he was in pain after the race, but his happiness overshadowed that. Officials from the Guinness Book of World Records were monitoring the marathon to see if Weissman had the fastest marathon run while dribbling 2 basketballs.
Graduates at Atlanta's Morehouse College will have a special guest at commencement this spring, President Barack Obama. The school made the announcement this past weekend at its largest fundraising event. The historically black men's liberal arts college has just over 2,400 students enrolled. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was a part of the school's class of 1948. Morehouse's president used to head the Obama administration's Historically Black Colleges and Universities initiative.
The Valpo area has experienced low temperatures this past weekend. What can we expect for the rest of this week? Storm Shield meteorologist Matt Schaefer joins us in the studio. Hi, Matt.
Hey guys, yeah, and we recovered a little bit better. 53 degrees was our Monday high. That was definitely really warm. But what we're really looking forward to is this major winter storm that's going to affect our area late in the week. In fact, some areas with the storm could see upwards of 2 feet of snow. However, that's not going to be the case for us here in northwest Indiana. The big winter storm on the way. Looks like it's going to give us a little snow early. However, most likely it will be a little bit of wintry mix by the time it ends. But following the storm, it looks like the weekend could be a little bit calmer and kind of nice. So make sure you can get out and enjoy that. Our GFS forecast model, this is Thursday afternoon right now. Temperatures below freezing, and that's the important thing to look at. 25 degrees in Davenport, 27 in Valpo. But as we progress this forward, then as the next system starts inching closer, notice the temperatures ease up closer towards that freezing point. 30 degrees in Valpo by the time we're in the morning hours and Friday. That's when this storm's kind of the closest to us, though it looks like right now it'll pass a little bit to our north. And as we progress towards later in the day and the Friday, we break that freezing mark, 35 degrees, and that's when the real messy weather can come in. A little bit of freezing rain probable during that time. So for your official forecast, Valpo, tonight partly cloudy, a cold 18 degrees overnight, and then we go for tomorrow, warming up to 29, a little bit better. The snow is likely tomorrow. We should see a little accumulations, not necessarily a whole lot. However, the system's really not as well forecast yet, so a little bit of a shift could mean a big difference in snow total. So definitely keep your eye on the forecast as it progresses a little bit closer towards your Thursday. But as the rest of the week looks, definitely going to cool down a little, or warm up rather, excuse me. Rain and snow with a little bit of freezing rain on Friday, up to 37 degrees, and then cooling down back below the freezing point Friday night into Saturday. So definitely could have some icing conditions then. For your weekend, though, 33 degrees on Saturday looks a lot better for your weekend. 37 all the way up to on Sunday. Your lows 30 on Sunday. Monday could see a little bit of a fog roll in, though, for Monday morning, and that could hamper your travel plans early, but warming up to a nice 39 degrees again above freezing. So after the storm moves through, it looks like much better weather is in store for us.
Okay, I'm looking forward to the snow on Thursday.
Oh, we'll see. It's definitely going to be an interesting system, that's for sure.
Yeah. All right, thanks, Matt. How hard is it to predict Mother Nature is a question that many of us ask ourselves. Meteorologists can often be given a hard time from the general public when it comes to forecasting. But what most people do not know is how difficult it is to make an accurate forecast. Storm Shelter meteorologist Rachel Dunsing has more.
It's no secret that meteorologists tend to get a hard time from the general public when it comes to forecasting. But what most people don't know is actually how difficult it can be to make an accurate forecast. But a big factor when it comes for meteorologists forecasting is weather models. And these weather models are actually designed by meteorologists and run by computers. The output data from these models tell meteorologists what the weather will do in the future. These are a huge asset now in forecasting, but as the technology has improved over the years, more models are being made. There are models like the NAM, GFS, WRF, RAP, high-res models, the European SREF, numerical weather prediction, as well as NCEP for surface models, and even models for hurricanes. And while having all these to choose from is definitely a blessing, sometimes forecasting with all of these models is like trying to drink water out of a fire hose. There are some models like the RAP or the Rapid Refresh only go out 18 hours in the future. And this model therefore is good for same and next day forecasting. Other models go out just a little bit farther, such as the North American model, the NAM, and the Global Forecast System, the GFS. The NAM goes out 84 hours in the future, while the GFS goes out 384. All of these models are great for forecasting, but just like any piece of technology, it works best when a human can interpret the output. Nick Housen, weekend meteorologist at WSIL-TV in Carterville, Illinois, shares with me how he uses the models to forecast. He says, meteorologists live and die by the models almost all of the time. Sometimes trends can be picked out by using past storms and etc. Personally, I like to start in the upper atmosphere and work my way down to the surface because the jet stream plays such an important part in so many of our large and even small storm systems. Many times, as a storm approaches, you can throw out at least one of the models, mainly because it's the outlier. As we draw near to the event, this model usually starts to gain agreement based off the output of the other models. Selecting one model is not always the best solution when trying to forecast, because all of the models have their strengths and weaknesses, and while the outlier model can be the wrong solution. You can even learn something by digging into it. I'm usually a person that likes to go with the blend of several models and maybe just lean on one model a hair heavier than the others if I think that's got a good handle. Most of the time, selecting that model to lean on heavier is as simple as seeing how it has handled the last several days and look for continuity. Even professionals in the field have to take the time and interpret the output data. And as Nick mentioned, forecasting is more than just the output from the models. And as for us here in Northwest Indiana, the GFS is bringing us a snow event for the end of this week and beginning of next week. As to whether it will verify, we will just have to keep an eye on it as the newer model runs come in. Reporting for The Shield, I'm Storm Shield meteorologist Rachel Dunsing.
We'll be right back after these commercials with a look at your Crusader sports. Stay tuned, you're watching The Shield here on VUTV.
Have you ever wanted to help someone battling cancer? Now you can, right here on the Valparaiso campus with the help of the St. Baldrick's Foundation. St. Baldrick's is a foundation that raises money and awareness for childhood cancer research all over the world and is the largest funder of research grants. For the third straight year, the Valpo men's soccer team will be working with the St. Baldrick's Foundation to host an event where you can shave your head to show support and solidarity for children battling cancer. Don't want to shave your head? No problem. You can still volunteer your time. Come out to the Arc Arena on Sunday, April 21st, 2013. For more information, go to www.stbaldricks.org and search Valparaiso University. Together, we can conquer childhood cancers.
Welcome back to The Shield. With a look at all of your Crusader sports, we turn it over now to Shield Sports Director Drew Taylor. Drew?
Thanks, guys. Coach Doro's Crusaders played host to conference rival UIC on Saturday. Without further delay, let's go to the highlights. Things looked bleak early on. Rachel Story grabs the errant pass and takes it all the way to the other end for 2. Late first half now, Taylor Foltz nails a 3 with just seconds left. UIC up 9 at the break. But wait, the highlight is not over. Lexi Miller heaves one from half court and connects. Roll that one more time, please. And unlike the Postal Service, the bank clearly opened on Saturday. How about that for a little momentum going into the locker room? Second half scoring for Valpo a little more conventional. Tab Gerardo finishes down low with the right hand. Brown and Gold ahead by 2 now. Liz Horton finds a cutting Laura Richards. From there, the rout was on, folks. But just for good measure, Richards buries a 3 right wing. Valpo would outscore UIC 55-23 in the second half. Final score from the Athletics Recreation Center, Crusaders 88, Flames 62. Gerardo led the scoring attack with 18, no surprise there, and also snatched 14 boards. Gina Lang added 15, and freshman Lexi Miller had a career-best 13. Valpo continues their homestand Thursday. Milwaukee will be in town for a 7:05 tip. The men's team was in action Tuesday evening, visiting the north side of Chicago to take on Loyola. Valpo obviously coming in with a chip on their shoulder after a tumultuous loss on Saturday. The Crusaders were feeling it from long range in the first half, going 5 for 9 from beyond the arc. Valpo up 15 at the break. Loyola, though, is no slouch. They went on a 19-4 run to begin half number 2, and suddenly we have a ball game. But the balanced attack from the Brown and Gold was too much on this night. Final score from the Gentile Center, Valpo 85, Loyola 76. 4 Crusaders found themselves in double figures, including Will Bogan, who had a game-high 16. Kenny and Brokoff each had 14, and Van Vyk added 11. Let's take a quick peek at the standings. Valpo maintains a half-game lead over Detroit with a record of 10-3. Wright State and Green Bay still in the mix at 8-5. Valpo will take a break from Horizon League play this weekend to play their bracket buster game against Eastern Kentucky on Saturday, tip-off at 12 noon. And finally, the softball team will hit the diamond this weekend at the Holiday Inn Hilltopper Classic in Bowling Green, Kentucky. For more on this tournament and to stay current on everything Crusader sports, log on to valpoathletics.com. That's it for sports. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Drew. If you were able to attend last weekend's basketball game against Detroit, you might have seen or even been involved in the student section Harlem Shake Dance. If you missed it or have not yet seen it online, take a look at Valpo's interpretation of this growing trend.
Con los terroristas. and do the Harlem Shake. Con los terroristas. And do the Harlem Shake.
I'm pretty happy that I wasn't able to be seen in that video, but a lot like the Harlem Shake videos, this forecast is very shaky. The snow on Thursday will transition to a rain-snow mix and even some freezing rain on Friday as the temperatures hop up around from below the freezing point to above up to 37. But after the system's through, it looks like we're going to see the sun and much better conditions for the weekend. So this weekend looks very nice. 33 degrees Saturday, 37 on Sunday, even warmer on Monday, 39, but even more stuff. Fog, another different graphic we had to use, could come on Monday morning, so that could be a little ugly, but once that burns off, it looks to be a nice day. So a little bit of everything in this upcoming week as we're starting to get near the end of the winter season.
That's going to do it for this edition of The Shield. I'm Andrew Whitmire.
And to get on-demand VUTV programming, log on to youtube.com/ValpoVUTV. For everyone here at VUTV, I'm Alex Foster. Thanks for watching.